Hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Battles of World of Tanks. This time, the Nashorn. I quite like the new German tank destroyer line. Hold on a second. Did I not say just less than a week ago that I would never play that line? I did. However, the Nashorn, one of the most numerous German tank destroyers produced in the Second World War, a second of course to the Stug series. I am very happy that they have finally put it into the battle, or into the game, sorry, and I quite like it. It's slightly imprecise, but it's got a good rate of fire and decent damage. Now, the Tier 8 tank destroyer in this line is a bit of a beast. RHMB something or other. I know it stands for Rheinmetall something. Oh, he fell off the edge and I'm going to shoot him. But anyway, I'm grinding my way to the Tier 8. I'm probably not going to grind to the Tier 10. I have a feeling that it's going to get nerfed. It's very good at the moment with 4 shots in the clip, or 6 depending on which gun you get. So it can basically take out any tank in a matter of 10-15 seconds. That is asking for enough. But this one is not significantly overpowered. It seems quite adequate. It's very weak in one-to-one combat, but these long-range shots, yeah, it's very good. It's very good indeed. So this battle I do what a tank destroyer does best. Sit in the rear, let others spot, and take them out one by one, thereby supporting the people in the front and hopefully keeping them alive. The Nashorn has enough mobility to do what you see me doing here, move from one edge of the map to the other, repositioning and supporting multiple flanks in a matter of a very short time. Now, some would say at present the tank destroyers are fairly overpowered, with the American, the British and of course the German new tank destroyer lines, and I guess this is not entirely incorrect. However, I see it slightly differently. They are not overpowered, just it has been changed so that finally the tank destroyers take up the role that they were meant to have, to be tank killers. Now, I had a situation yesterday on a map where basically there were 2 tank destroyers in the rear. I was in a heavy tank, my mate was in a heavy tank, and we lured them out into the open where the tank destroyers could take them out, and we basically spent our time tracking and spotting, and it worked a charm. So tank destroyers, to me, yes, they should be very good at these long distance fights. I think some of the Russian ones, the Object 268 for example, the Fox as well, are probably too good in close combat. The 268 is an absolute bastard to deal with, no matter which range you're on, but I assume it makes up for its very good mobility with a fairly inaccurate gun, which is a problem when you're trying to put it into this particular role of shooting targets at 400 meters plus. But hey, there you are. In this game I think I make the best possible use of the Nashorn. I end up, I think, with 5 kills, maybe 6, which is pretty good. I've got 4 already, decent amount of damage being pushed out, so it's not just kill steals, it's actually contributing to the battle as well. But the lack of accuracy is a little bit of a nuisance on this tank. I quite like it. I think I've got the crew up to 90% or so. The gun is carries a good punch, not as much as some tanks do, but you know, adequate punch, adequate accuracy, good mobility for a tank destroyer. As you can see, most of the enemies are on the left side, and there's one in the center. I figure I will not get a chance to shoot the guy in the center, but let's just fast forward a bit, because he ends up actually taking out our tank destroyer without me being able to do anything. There we go. Here's someone else takes him out. Artillery is raining down on him. my mate up there in the corner being clever. Intelligent play. It's good. I enjoy playing with good teammates. It just makes life slightly less unbearable in these battles. I have had so many battles, as I assume everyone has, where there's just a larger than normal proportion of utter retards on your team. Sorry to say so, but there are quite a few people who are really bad at this game. I mean, not just... Why did I shoot at a turret there? That was silly. Anyway. I'll get him safe. Oop, there's the ISU. Poof.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And that was 5. Let's start taking down that building. He's not really poking out. He knows what awaits him if he does. But Compass is in there spotting him. That's good. Compass. Compass is a very good player. Plays with his head. And here we go. Now we can start wearing it down.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And that was that. That was a good battle. Here's another battle where we're up against some of our friends from ISY, Imperial Shell Yards, and some of the AA boys as well. I guess this shows off the strength of the Conqueror. Very good gun, very, very good aiming times, and the mobility that allows you to get into a different position from the one you chose initially. That was not a good hit, because it didn't hit at all. Don't know what I was doing. Here we go, side on, boom. Sometimes I do wonder about these people that stick themselves out in the open, but then I remember that they give the rest of us kills and XP and all sorts of stuff, money. It's good. So I thank them for being so useless. And some would say that, oh, you're in heavy tank, you need to be up front. Yes, I could go up front, but you know, I like staying in the game as long as possible, and being up there is just, it just turns it into a slugfest to go up there. Oh, here we go. Look who that is. We know that guy. Major, also known as Joel. Hi, Joel. Eat this. It's nothing like shooting your friends. You know, Saturday evening, drinking a beer, shooting your friends. What can be more enjoyable than that? Hey, Joel. Oh. Ding. And that's Depois, also known as Noir, lobbing some artillery my way. Thank you for that, mate. I'll get you back later. Actually, I'm going to miss him, and it's going to be embarrassing, but, you know, whatever. And I'm looking at the southern flank. It looks to be a problem. Oh, there's wildfire in his Mini Mouse gimped tank. You know, that tank, the VK whatever thingy, the tier 9 heavy, just before the mouse, it was crap when I was grinding the mouse back in 2011. It is still a crap tank, and actually after this battle, Wildfire sold it because it's so shit. Just stay away from it. The only redeeming factor is a massive frontal plate and an impenetrable turret, but other than that, there is nothing good about it. The turret is on the wrong end, and it's big, and it's cumbersome, and no. But anyway, our southern flank has now disappeared, more or less, and that means that I need to go back and do something. I've been doing okay so far, you know, 1100 damage. Actually, that's not particularly good, but now's the time to make a difference. And this is where you see I've got Jason and Compass, Dragon and Compass as they're also known, up on the ridge shooting over me. We're coordinating. Whatever comes out into the open in front of me will be shot to pieces. But this is why, if I'd gone up front, I would be on half health now, or something like that. I don't know. And I would have a hard time standing up to the beating I'm about to take. Oh, that's my turret gun. I'm not going to wait 20 odd seconds for that, so let's just get shooting. And my mates will now pulverize that guy. See? A Yak Tiger and a T-95. That's a lot of punishment coming your way, mate. Okay. Boof. Good job, boys. Anyway, we've still got the Type 59. We've got lots of time to sort out the cap. I haven't been too worried about it. A lot of people panic as soon as someone gets into the cap. Look, you've got a minute and a half to sort it out, so take it easy. My only worry here is Noir and the artillery on the other side. Yeah, there we go. Cap reset, boom. And I managed to rip the track off myself. He's aiming for my weak spot, so let's start turning the turret, annoy him, shoot his engine, and actually I managed to make him miss. And 3, 2, 1, poof. Oh, sorry, Jason, didn't mean to run in front of you. Okay, so who do we have there? An MX and a Tiger. Right, I can jump over the edge here and go and chase them. There's the Tiger, poof. I love this gun. The aiming time is just phenomenal. Oh, the 1390 was running away, and there's the Type. Oh, Jason takes the Type. Can't hit him there. I'm going to try, miss. Oh well. Someone else needs to sort that. Oops. There's Joel. Joel shoots me with gold. Arrgh. Payback. But there's also one of those P-set SFL 4s, which is the tier 7 new German tank destroyer. They have a pretty good gun. It hurts. Probably about 400 damage per shot. Decent penetration. And given that this is a Conqueror with no armor, I figure he will penetrate. So I won't go up there. I've got a Yak Tiger covering across. I've got the T-95 covering across as well. I don't actually have to go straight up. If they come down behind me, they're going to get a surprise. That's the theory. Let's see how that works in practice. So I expect to see the IS-8 up here. Nothing. There's still Noir and the artillery in front of me somewhere, but I'm not spotted, so... Oh, Jason is taking a pounding. Oh, well. Guess I've got to go up there. Have to do everything yourself. Got 2 pieces of artillery, why don't you go and kill him? No Jason. Sorry, no Joel. Okay, he's turning towards me, hoping that Jason is going to get a shot on him. There's the IS-8. Joel in it. Let's shoot the wall. And Jason is down. Means I'm alone. Here. Okay, so is he moving forward over there? He might be, I don't know. If he is, I might get a side shot if I go down here. He doesn't seem to be here, but anyway, I will drive up that tiny road there because then I can drop over the ledge and jump on top of him, and that will surely kill him. Or maybe I'll just shoot him. Who knows? Conqueror, decent armor. Well, half decent armor, but certainly a good engine. Not many heavy tanks can take this incline at that speed, so that's quite enjoyable. The mobility is very good for a heavy tank, I must say. Look at those nice fishing boats. There's the artillery zooming in, and how did that miss? Oh great, there's Joel again. It's gonna hurt. He shoot me with gold again! Oh well. There we go. Game over. So, the last battle for this time round. I'm in my Patton. I still lament the demise of the Patton as it was. I used to have, I think I was at 2,100 and some average XP at one point before they nerfed it. Ruined the accuracy, ruined the maneuverability, and the acceleration. It used to be a phenomenal tank, but people didn't really realize this, you know, because it was a hard tank to play well, and it's still even more so now. But even so, you could have hoped that the new Patton would then have gotten the characteristics of the old Patton, but it doesn't. It's too slow. So, yeah, it's the shoot and the move accuracy of this tank used to be exceptionally good. Now it's okay. I think they've lowered the muzzle velocity and projectile velocity as well, and it just doesn't feel as good as it was once. I mean, I can't tell you. 2,100 average XP. I think I was doing 2,600, 2,700 average damage per battle, win rate of 70%. You know, maybe more. I think 75. I've done 1,000 battles in this thing. It's still decent, but compared to, say, the Object 140, which is a different tank, mind you, it's not as good. The FV 202, the British medium, I think is better than this tank. The only thing this tank really has going for it now, in comparison to the others, is the gun depression. It's not the fastest, it's not the most maneuverable, it doesn't have the best gun anymore. The shooting on move accuracy is better than most, but still not fantastic. Don't know if they changed the penetration actually, they might have. I do seem to get more bounces than I used to. He's looking at me, so okay, we'll exchange shots. That's not gonna end well for you, especially if you bounce me. Now you have to recall that when I was initially playing the Patton, the competing tanks were the E50 and the T54. That was before tier 10 mediums. And they served three very, very distinct roles. And then came along the Batchat. I still have more than 1,000 average XP in that, and 70% win rate or something like that. But of course that was nerfed as well. The reload rate was ruined, so I don't play that anymore. It just doesn't feel right. And maybe I'm getting older, maybe I'm too slow to handle a Batchat, because it's very, very quick. The top speed is crazy, the turn rate is crazy. But then you have all the tier 10 mediums, which, wow, I guess it's the only way that World of Tanks can keep being a cash machine is to keep adding tanks. I quite like the balance of tank destroyers and mediums having a maximum tier of 9 and artillery 8 versus the heavy tanks tier 10. I guess as the game moves more and more towards Cold War times, you need to change the characteristics of the medium and heavy tanks, and you need to move towards a main battle tank paradigm instead, which I think the Centurion and the FE202 very much seems to be a main battle tank arrangement. I guess the top Leopard tank, the Leopard 1 tank, is also more of a main battle tank, though it doesn't have the same quality of gun as the British does. Nice shot. See, I wanted to move into town here, having done a bit of damage from the center, but most of our forces have been destroyed. Let's just take that guy out. I was hoping to make it before everyone died. We've got 2 tanks, they've got 3. We should be able to hold them off, but as it turns out, we're not. We have the numerical superiority here. We should be winning, unfortunately. Yeah, that's going to change very soon. But I've done a decent amount of damage. I'm coming in behind the E100. Ah, he moves just a bit too far. Come on. I can shoot him in the backside another time here. There we go. One would have wished that would take out his engine. But it doesn't. And see, we've lost 2 tanks to none of theirs. They had 3 tanks here and we had... Well, they lost 1. It was Conqueror. That was a bad shot. Anyway, switching to gold. Because now it really counts. He's got 300mm of armor. That's gonna hurt. Turns out he has the mouse gun, or this would hurt for real. There we go. He's now 1 shot, and I should have this in the bag because I've got a Yak Panzer E100 backing me up. How that dings with gold ammo is just beyond me. But okay, I guess the front of the French tank destroyers are pretty dingable. I'm not sure what artillery is doing, but they're certainly not supporting us over here. There he is. Ah, it just tracks him. Ugh. What I'm doing here is take a shot, move away, take another shot, move away, keep them on their toes all the time as to where I am. And the Jagdpanzer E100 goes in, and he's 75% health, 50%, 40%, 25%. I should have done that. I should have taken out the E100, but we get a second shot. And now the game will be decided. If I kill this guy, I dinged his side with gold. But had I killed that guy, that's it. We win the game. Or certainly, the threat to the cap is eliminated. So anyway, I run away again. Unfortunately, they decide to chase me. Okay. E100 follow me. Oh, crap. What's that? 3 times I've dinged that guy's front? What am I supposed to do here? Just to get that guy. And game over. Until next time, stay frosty.